Hi, I'm Tim. Welcome to Watchbox, and thanks for logging on. If you love this watch, email me, tmosso at thewatchbox.com. It's in the description below. The purchase and pricing email line from you to me and my hand-picked crew with your questions about buying this or any watch you see here on Watchbox Reviews. That's tmosso at thewatchbox.com. And today we're discussing the sensation of 2018, probably the best new sports watch of the year, the 25th anniversary Omega Seamaster Professional Diver 300 meter, also known as the James Bond Seamaster. This is the watch, at least in form, that arrived in 1993 and soared to fame on the wrist of Pierce Brosnan during his turn as 007. As you can see, the watch is a bit larger. In the past, 41 millimeters, now 42, 50 millimeters lug-to-lug, and thicker than before, but still reasonably slim at 13.7 with a sloped bezel. The watch will slide underneath the cuff. Now you can see my wrist, 16 centimeters circumference, 20 millimeters spacing between the lugs, so that hasn't changed. If you had accessory straps for your old version of this watch, they're still going to fit this one. Now you can see the bracelet has grown up a little bit since we first saw it in 1993. Not that it's changed in outward appearance, but in detail. You can see the shoulders are more squared off rather than rounded, and we have screws used for sizing rather than pin sleeves. The first change, probably to make it look more like a sports watch bracelet. The second, to increase the quality. Polished intermediates, as you can see, staggered link alignment, and plenty of gaps on the underside to avoid pinching skin, pulling hair, or trapping wrist heat. Now you still have that machined swing arm. It's still a single fold to point. You've got a twin trigger release system, and as you can see, nice deep engravings, a beveled edge with high polish, the same for the triggers. The machined clasp body itself is from a single ingot of stainless steel, and it always has been. Now here you've got a pull-out dive extension, but as you can see, new for this year is the combination on the Diver 300 meter of the push-button slider alongside the fold-out. So the combination of the two gives you a useful dive extension, but also if you want to perform precise sizing, you have that slidable incremental extension as well. That's a big upgrade. Previously, you would have only seen this on Planet Oceans and Ploprofs. Now on the profile, not much has changed. As you can see, you have the lyre-style lugs with an expanding polished bevel and a new profile for the helium escape valve. I like to say it's now the Reese's Cup profile, so it's a little bit less cylindrical and more conical. Big change functionally is that you can now open it during the ascent while you're still in the water. Previously, open or close on surface only. The bezel still has a rather shallow knurling, which makes it a little bit more difficult to grip than a conventional sharp knurled bezel when your hands are wet, but at the same time, it also has a handsome low-slung look that's organic and attractive. You can hear the detent. It's sharper than it used to be. You align the ceramic bezel, by the way, ceramic bezel insert with white enamel for the numerals as well as the indices, and you align with the James Bond, that's what they're called, the James Bond skeleton hands. Highly technical terminology, as you can see. No longer is the date at 3 o'clock, now it's at 6. All applique indices, and you can see the dial is now zirconium oxide, so ceramic. The wave dial went on a hiatus from 2012 to 2017. It came back for 2018, so these are now laser cut dials, and because of the ceramic, they'll be glossy, gleaming, and free of oxidation or tarnish indefinitely. All the advantages of enamel without the fragility or expense. Now you have a quick set system for the date, which you'll note is tastefully rendered in a blue monotone disc to match the dial. And then you've got a hacking or stop seconds function. 300 meters water resistant, you have the helium escape valve, and then on the case back you have the caliber 8800. Let's see if there we go, my focus is going to train on that movement. Free sprung with a full balance bridge for shock resistance, SI14 silicone hairspring, effectively amagnetic, no fear of particle accelerators or your home computer. It is a 55-hour bidirectional winding power reserve, beaten away at 25,200 vibrations per hour, adjusted in 6 positions as a fully cased up watch. It has the Master Chronometer certification. So that is a full watch test, not bare movement as with the COSC. It still meets the COSC test, but it's so much more. Winding efficiency, power reserve, water resistance, anti-magnetism, and 6-position chronometry. Again, because of the free sprung full balance bridge, a lot of shock resistance engineered in, and note the use of Edishock. They have their own proprietary shock protection system, part of the Swatch Group, a fully integrated manufacturer if ever there was one. You've got everything from the stones to the shock protection to the lubricants made inside of Swatch for Omega. Of course, you have a display case back for the first time on a standard Diver 300 meter. That was another evolution of 2018. All told, this is probably the best value in dive watches, outperforming the Rolex Submariner in almost every regard. And with more than a quarter century of history behind it, you can now say that this design has stood the test of time and is likely to continue to go blow for blow against Rolex's icon long into the future. Email tmosso at thewatchbox.com for full purchase and pricing details. And we're back with the Diver 300 meter. Note the minute hand and the bezel pearl, both in green to easily distinguish in the dark of the depths. Email tmosso@thewatchbox.com.